So safety first, always snug that kettlebell up nice and close to your body, then roll up onto your side. We know that, right? We know we're stacking everything here, right? We know that shoulder's nice and strong. We know that we're not letting that kettlebell fall this way. You'll hear me or you'll watch me walk around and just kind of adjust your forearm to get that forearm engaged so it keeps that kettlebell from coming backward, right? That's part of the work. Next up, first one we did yesterday was just a roll up to here. Now we're just gonna extend that bottom hand, that base hand, and we're gonna big bridge all the way up, squeeze those glutes, make sure everything's stacked from the bottom all the way up, and then back down, boom, all the way back down. You could stay here and do one side at a time, or a couple at a time, and then flip to the other side. But when you do flip to the other side, please get back into this position, and then literally do a half moon all the way around your body, and then roll up onto the other side. Safety first, obviously. Okay, that's going to be our part of our mobility today. So let's grab some weights, light weights, whether it's a kettlebell or a dumbbell. We're going to do 5 each side. Let's get rocking. Warm up. Actually, sorry, we have one more mobility. What am I thinking? This is a great one too. So supine knee rocker. Flat your back, bring your right leg over, and then bring those hips to the right. Great stretch for your lower back, QL muscle. Stay here for a few seconds. Come back to center, and then do that same side either a couple times or switch each time. So we're going to do 10 each side. Great stretch for your lower back. I feel my lower back. Glutes. You guys with me? You feeling it? Take your time if you're still working. I just want to get these exercises rocking. Warm up. 3 exercises. Folks at home, I got something different for you guys. I'll show you that first. It's going to be a dead bug with that one kettlebell. And I want you guys to do the band here just for a different variation, but you can do this variation as well. It is choose your own adventure this week. So I'll give you 2 options. First, dead bug with a kettlebell. So this arm is staying stable or stationary, and so is the opposite knee, right? So your job, your goal to get that core activated as much as possible is, I don't know if you can see me, Alex, I'm sorry for that. Go this way maybe, I don't know if you can see me, but everybody see me? The lower back needs to be flat on the floor, and then this is stable, and then my knee is stable, and my opposite is working here. So when you press that leg out, it's natural to kind of have that arch in your lower back. Your job is to keep that smashed right there on the floor the whole time. And that's where the work comes into play. Make it suck a little bit, challenge yourself. We're doing 10 each. I have an option for you guys here with the band. I'll show you that in a second. Next up, this is a good one. It's going to help out with the Turkish get-up. It's called a prone kickover. So it's a little bit more animal flow-ish that we did a few weeks ago, which is fun. Also takes coordination and hip mobility, but we're going to start in the down dog position, okay? One leg up and around, drop down. Okay, you can stay up. You don't have to drop the hips all the way. For a little bit more core action, keep the hips up, off the ground, come back around into that down dog position, and then up. Other side, drop, back down, and up and over. Cool, so you're really getting that hip mobility, and it's the next phase actually of the Turkish get-up. So it's going to be a good mobility, also upper body and core strengthener. I suggest doing 10 each side, the first set, and then every set after that do 5 each, just for timing. Make sense? Next up, kettlebell hinge. Hold this kettlebell back here. Think about rotating your shoulders back, engaging your upper back muscles, and now just letting those hips do the hinge. So push your hips back, and then come back up. So fold over at your waist, and then come back up. So you're really trying to work on that hinge position. Okay? People at home, make sense? All right, but right now, here, we're talking about some CYOA, cover your own ass. And then create your own adventure. One push, one pull, one core, and one lower body exercise all week long. Reps on the side, 10 to 15 of each. Sets, we're suggesting doing 16 total. Rest.
When you need it.
When you need it. Perfect. Yay! Rest when you need it. So that's the concept. You guys can pick and choose what exercises you want to do. Obviously, we're going to set you up for success. All exercises that are that work well together. So even if you do 15 sets of one, you're still getting a great workout. Now, let's get to it. First exercise is going to be a half knee or split lunge, whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to call it a half knee overhead press. So in this position, if I'm here, it's going to be easier, right? Overhead press, obviously the same rules apply, keeping that rib cage down, abs nice and tight. This kneeling side, glute is squeezed the entire time. This is easier, right? Once you bring this into the midline, now you have less base of support. Now your core is going to work that much harder, right? So the idea is to keep this knee in and keep your hips square and not be so wide with your base. Now, it's going to be way more challenging, especially when I'm squeezing my glute, trying to keep everything nice and tight. Cool? So that's going to be, again, same reps apply, 10 to 15 each. Guys at home, I'm assuming you don't have a pull-up bar. If you do, pull-up modifications are going to be your pull exercise today. Or you can do renegade rows. You guys know the deal with that, right? Squeeze your glutes, keep that trunk nice and tight, back stays flat, alternating rows. That's an option for you guys here as well if you'd like to do it. I'll show you the pull-up modification. Let me just get through these next two exercises. Your core exercise for today is going to be a med ball reverse crunch. So, keep that medicine ball between your ankles. Hands are on the floor, squeezing that med ball, bringing your knees to your chest. You don't have to come up off the ground that much, but you do want to get that hip flexion and you want to get your lower back off the floor a little bit to get that lower abdominal, those lower abdominals engaged. So it's a little bit off the ground. Okay, not going to be easy. You're also working your inner thigh. Okay, sorry for my back in your face there, Alex. Next up, you guys here have the option to do the Trx Curl, and I'll show you that in a second. But here's another option for you for your last exercise. Your hamstring curl. Bridge up and bring that ball towards your butt. So you got to find your position first, see where that ball is going to be nice, make sense for where your feet are. All the way out, still staying up, glutes still active, hips are off the ground, and you're bringing your knees to your butt. Squeezing these hamstrings back here. It's a great burn for your hamstrings. Okay? Same reps apply. That's if you have a medicine ball. What's your question?
Yes, without the medicine ball.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it! You have a foam roller?
Yes.
Perfect. Cool?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.